Hey everyone, day 15, and today I'm going to be talking about choosing the right fats. Bacon grease is going to be my first choice, followed by ghee. And if you don't know what ghee is just clarified butter. You can make your own ghee. I've started doing that myself at home. And what you do is you take a pound of butter and heat it up for about 10 minutes, low to medium low. And once you had it going, bring it up to almost like a slow boil for about 10 minutes. You would use something like a coffee filter or something with a really fine mesh, or cheesecloth would work. Fold the cheesecloth over several times and then pour your butter that's melted through the cheesecloth to strain it, and it'll get any of the particles out. There's a bunch of proteins and a bunch of lactose, and it all goes brown. And then butter isn't really that great. I don't know if you have noticed for high heat cooking. When you turn the heat up much, it starts to go brown. It starts to smoke. That has a low smoke point, and that's because of all the extra protein that's in butter. But it's easily filtered out, and creating ghee, then you have an oil that works a lot better at higher heats. Ghee's an excellent fat, especially grass-fed butter. If you can start with grass-fed butter, something like Kerrygold, and then make your own ghee. The amount of ghee you get out of a block of butter, you would probably pay $20 at a health food store for, and here you are creating it for, generally $5 or less. So that's why I make my own. It's just worth it. You save quite a bit of money. You can go ahead and just purchase it yourself. Bacon grease is good to have on hand all the time. Another one that I like to use sometimes is MCT oil. I do buy MCT oil, I just do not add it to my coffee. Good for cooking. MCT oil does get converted to ketones rather rapidly. It can help with energy. Now, the use that I find for these, like what I'm talking about is cooking oils, and what I'm talking about cooking is things like your spinach. So to get all these nutrients out of the spinach, you need to use a form of fat to be able to absorb them. So that's where you have to make a decision. What should I use? So I made a little list before I started this video. A little note. So the only ones that I approve are bacon grease, which is lard, ghee, MCT oil, coconut oil, tallow, and another actually really good one is duck fat, which I know sounds maybe a bit strange if you have never had it. I've heard it's very flavorful and actually tastes really good. It's a really light fat. I've heard that lamb fat is really nasty. Not a good one. Sorry. So some of the fats to avoid, and if you have them right now, please do not use them and throw them out. Seed oils like cottonseed oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. A lot of these oils contain trans fats, and if they don't already have trans fats in them, then they break down quite readily. A lot of these fats, they aren't good for high heat cooking. Olive oil is a good fat, but only when eaten cold. So if you were to add that onto a salad, if you were going to have a salad, some spinach and some lettuce and some greens, then you can make up your own dressing using a tablespoon or two of olive oil and some apple cider vinegar, maybe just a tiny bit of balsamic. Balsamic does have more flavor, but it also has more sugar in it. So not the best choice, but if you're making, if you need a salad dressing, then that's where I would recommend using olive oil. Olive oil does break down at high heat, so it's not a good one for high heat cooking. But all the other ones that I listed, ghee, tallow, lard, duck fat, MCT oil, are all great fats to use when cooking up your greens and sauteing, or if you're cooking eggs. Anytime you need to fry something up, then stick with those and avoid the seed oils.